Hey Alexandria, this is AJ. Long time no see, long time no talk. I wanted to send this video to you so I could talk a little more about what we talked about over Facebook, so you can kind of see it live on screen. Makes a little more sense what I'm trying to talk about, right? So, like we were talking about, getting your online presence on website, or getting your website presence online is really important. You want to make sure that people can find you, right? So we're going to go into Google here and we're going to type in um, let's do eyelashes Lemon Grove, because that's where you're at, right? So eyelashes Lemon Grove. Up pops this page. Oh, let me turn this little tool off real quick. We don't need that at the moment. So when you type that in, you'll see that the first thing that pops up here is usually ads, but nobody's running any ads in Lemon Grove area right now, so we're not hitting any of those. But then this is our first big spot. This is called the Google Map Pack, and we're going to talk about this in a minute, why it's important to be here. But you can see that the three businesses here are Happiness Nails, Allure Nails and Spa, and Teen Nail Design. All three nail salons, not specifically eyelash extension type businesses, but they run that service. So it should be pretty easy to get ahead of these guys, especially once we target that. And then underneath this is what's called our organic listings, right? And so we need to get a website ranked into this. What we're going to do is we're going to take your website that you've already built, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to work it up and make sure that it looks real good and that it's got enough content to get up here. Because in order to get up here, Google has to find relevant information on your website, right? So what it needs is enough details to be able to say, hey, when somebody searches eyelashes and they type in Lemon Grove, that they know that you're an eyelash service in Lemon Grove, right? So I'm going to come over here, open up a new tab, and I'm going to go to your website here. Where did I write it down? Dreamy Lashes by Ally.com. All right. So here's your website, right? And like I said, kudos to you for putting up a website. Most people don't, and I also appreciate that you've made the number click to call. It's super important. You want people to be able to contact you real quick and easy. So I like the layout overall. I like that you stuck with the theme with all the eyelash extensions. Given your pricing here, showing some of the services that you offer, and then the ability to click and book appointments. Super important, right? And then I like how you show your policies and everything, again, with a chance to book an appointment. And then down here at the bottom of your screen, you have another click to call. Great details on a website. You really absolutely have to have those. But a couple of things that we really need to do to make sure that not only does Google find your website, but it actually shows your website to other people, is we need to put some more content on here, right? So we need pages, not just a single sentence or a couple of lines. We need distinct pages, individual pages that are going to describe each of the services that you do, right? So we're going to have a service set of pages that's going to describe one. It's going to be dreamy eyelash extensions, right? Then one's going to be mega eyelash extensions. Then another one's going to be classic eyelash extensions. And then we'll have a separate page for touch-ups, right? We want to make sure that we have information about each of these topics on separate pages, and we want to make sure that we go into enough detail that when Google searches through the website, that it can read that and know that, oh man, this website definitely has good stuff to show, because it reads these pages and determines whether or not it's going to show your website to people on the top. So let me show you an example of what that's going to look like. This website right here is one that I built for a company in Savannah, just around the corner. And so first thing, like you said, like your website has, right? We have a click to call here up in the top corner of the screen and right in the center of the page, because we want to make sure that people are calling us. It doesn't do any good to just put a number and then force people to have to go off page to call us. It's going to decrease our chances of actually getting people to contact us. So then going down here, right, so you can see lots of content on this page, about 1,000 words worth of content. You need lots of space for Google to read through this and know that whatever that these people are searching for, that you have answers for that. And again, we got a little click to call at the bottom. So like I said, you already got that covered. That's not a problem. But what we need to do is take your website and kind of like like add more to it. We need to make it a little bulkier so that we're, like I said, we're going to make services pages that are going to be unique to each of the services you offer. Obviously, these are for pet sitting, but yours are going to be specific to, like the different type of eyelash services that you offer and eyelash touch-ups. We're going to have a contact us page. We, might consider adding a few type of like recommendation pages, like that can talk about good care at home, or like if you need to remove them or anything like that, or offering like emergency appointments to come and get things touched up. We want to make sure that we have enough info that Google says this is the site, right? So that's going to be a huge part of what we're going to do. And then this right here, this instant quote form, we're going to put one of these on the website because we want people to we want to give people another chance to contact us. It doesn't just have to be through the phone. Not everybody's comfortable calling. Some people are just going to want to get a quote, right? So we're going to set up a form that they can email that'll go straight to you. And we have a couple different ways that we can actually take this and make this like a really effective tool for getting in touch with people. I have a program that we can use that when they fill this form out, it'll turn this into a phone call that will be sent to you, and it will connect you back with them so that we can make quick contact. So we have a lot of different options that we can use when we're building out this service. So like just to show you, when we go back over here, Eyelashes Lemon Grove, right? If you go in here to these top websites, let's see, Happiness Nails. So we got a nice little website here with these guys. Got a little bit of detail, not a lot, a little bit of content, but obviously more than what we had on your website. So these guys are going to rank higher, obviously, because one, they've been on the web a little longer, but two, they have a little more for Google to pull from. And they've got a couple different pages. So it's important that we build out more pages on your website, right? Let's go back. That didn't jump back. Let's try that one more time. All right, it's not going to work with me. Let's go straight to Google. Forgive the lag there. I typed in google.com on accident. All right, so one more time. Eyelashes. Let's go Lemon Grove. So again, these are the people that we're going to be competing against, and they're all set as nail salons, right? So their main services are not eyelashes. So once we buff up that website, get some more content in there, go through and do some back work, which is going to be like backlinking, citations, which technical stuff, you don't need to know that. That's what I do. I'll take care of all of that stuff. But once we get that all in there, we'll rank above these guys when people are searching for eyelashes, when they're searching for lash extensions. We're going to target those words, what we call keywords, to make sure that when those words get typed in and people type in Lemon Grove and those words, bam, you're going to go to the top of the list, right? You're going to be right up here. And then we're going to set up, I mentioned in the Facebook message, that we're going to set up what's called a Google My Business. And that's where we're going to get up in here into this map pack, right? So we're going to come in and we're going to set up an account. It's a free account. It doesn't cost anything, but we have to go through and we're going to have to do a lot of back work. There's a lot of back work to make this happen. So we need to make sure that we fill it out completely, right, and optimize everything. Again, there's a lot of technical things that you don't need to know that I'll take care of, but we want to make sure that we have a Google My Business account filled out so that when people type in Eyelashes Lemon Grove, like we got here, bam, you pop up right here. We want people to know that you're in this space and that you're ready to serve them, right? And it gives them more than one touch point to get in contact with you. Super, super, super important. And so on top of doing this, the other thing that we're going to do that'll help with increasing business is I'll help you set up what we call a review funnel, a Google review funnel, because we want people to leave positive comments, right? You see this company, has 57 comments, 3.9 stars, decent rating, right? Google tends to like websites that have a 4-star rating and better. So we want to make sure that we get a lot of good reviews on here. That'll also help with our rating. These guys, 79 reviews, 4.1 stars, 43 reviews, 3.8 stars, pretty decent. So we want to make sure that we get lots of good reviews so that people can see not only that our business is there, but that other people have used it and that great service is coming from the business. And I will help set all of that up. We have forms and things that we can fill out to make that happen. And on top of all that, you know, if you look up, this is important, Lemon Grove's population right here. 27,000 people, roughly, is what it says live in Lemon Grove. I'm sure that that's not 100% accurate. It's probably a little off. But you're thinking about probably 30,000 people live in Lemon Grove, right? Which is a decent number of people, but there's definitely a lot more people than that live in San Diego. And why stop just in Lemon Grove, right? If we go over to Chula Vista population, 270,000 people in Chula Vista, right? Not too far down the road, people that are searching in here would probably be happy to drive over to Lemon Grove to get some service done, to get some work done for their lashes, right? And with 270,000 people, that's a lot bigger audience to work on. So, you know, we can set up websites that are going to be in these areas that are going to target those keywords that will direct traffic to you from not just Lemon Grove, but we'll target like Chula Vista, we'll target Spring Valley. Before we pick any cities, obviously, we'll do some research to make sure that it's going to be worthwhile to set those up. But I'll take care of doing the research to find the right places to set up the keywords that we need to make sure that we're just driving business into the studio for you. And this is all stuff that I'll do to make sure that you can keep focusing on, you know, doing what you do, which is the lashes. I don't have that skill set. That's a skill set you've got, you know, and you've worked hard at it. But on the other hand, this is what I do, right? This is the skill set I have, and they're going to match perfectly, right? So I can help you get this all put together and make sure that we can keep business coming in and make sure that we keep that chair full, because that's going to be the most important thing for keeping your business successful, right? Is making sure that you keep constant and continuous appointments. And we're going to help build out that funnel and like a good source, a good pipeline to keep that chair full, because we want to make sure that we're not spending too much time idle. All right. So after you check this out, give me a call. We can talk in more detail about like some how we want to go about this, what different strategies we want to take, how pricing, like how we're going to cover all this, and we can figure out how to get moving forward on this, because I definitely want to make sure that we get moving on this quickly, especially since you're new. We want to make sure that we get some momentum going and that we make sure that you can just keep running with this. All right, so once you finish watching this video, go ahead and email me back, and then I'll send you my info so we can set up a time to talk, and we can call and kind of discuss more details on how to get this all started, because there's some information I'm going to need from you, and then I want to make sure that we get running with this thing. All right.